行振り込みマジやめてほしい。
The game is afoot. Not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Oh, yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
コンチペは、ちょっと待ってね。
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
こちらか。
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
E.B.
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
シャーロックホームズさん、基本的に一応同じく願いそうですけど。異常な事件。
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime.
監禁事件かな。
Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
こうか。さあさあさあさあ、第4話ですね。ツンドゥバツの。あ、皆さんこんにちは。さあついたよ。なんかさっきゲーム念仏見てたけど、むちゃくちゃネタバレしとるやつだったな。
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work.
はあ、
They
強
stole
盗
a silver
か。
service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead.
Yes.
で、犯人は分かってんねや。
With his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid to raise a right.
今回出
Where
張
is
事
the
件です
body
ね。
of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Very good, Watson. なんかいましたね。こんにちは。こんにちは。ああ。
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
まあでもなんか難しいとこやな、北川さんも。あれをネタバレしてる方をちょっとなんていうの、ああいうのを
Lady Brackenstall away.
まあ言ったら
Lord Ramsay
まあ私とかもそうやけど、モデレ
Sir
ーターみたいな
Brackenstall.
もそうやし、北川さんみたいに本ちゃんの人はなんかこう弾いたりできるってことやんな。
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
弾くというか消せるんか。
I am the
あれ
wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
だいぶ
We
怪我
were
してある。
married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
行く。カンガリューとエミュー、オーストラリア製。高価なドレス。結婚指輪。あ、なんかあるよ。古い傷。これちいちゃんか。あ、なかった。
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... Oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others.
3人かい
One
な。
of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
まあこいつが DV されて夫を殺してるみたいなニュアンスの方
Did these
が
three
結構濃
villains
厚や
steal
な。
anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
ここまででもちゃんと言ってくれないと怪しくないかもな。
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
こんちペア。
Certainly, sir.
はいはい。こんちペア。思いやり。ハンカチで思いやり。ということ。ハンカチ、酢の匂い、蘇生、思いやり、蘇生、あ、蘇生ってことだね。旦那様の。
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which
はあ、この夫人とテレサがグルの可能性もあるのか。
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
勝手に撮ったらあかんやろ。人んちの写真。きっかけ傷。
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
え、バレバレやけど大丈夫？みんなおるのに。
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it. Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
あれ？
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
開けるんかな？うまいこと。
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Eh? 振動せえへんで。あ、動いた。そういうことな。僕の頭脳。それさんたちの上に記念します。肝大小不全の兆候。へえ。肝臓が悪いと。
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent
え、ユースタ
behavior.
キは暴力行為について言っていたか
Yes,
ら。
Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months
一緒に殺してそうな
She'd
気も
only
するな、
just
共
arrived
謀
in
して
London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. One with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
what a horrible thing to have...
My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
短間の夢の豪徳族ランドルジャック・ランドル。ほうほう、ここにあるですね。
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady
はい、
Brackenstall
怪しい
is
ですね。
identical to the one in the Times article.
うん。新聞通りのこと言うてるだけやと。
Sir War. What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal. The body is still in the dining room where the murder took
あ、そっか、
place.
まだ死体見てないんか、そもそも。どちら
The
でしょ
body
う
is
か。
still in the dining room where the murder took place.
ゴンチピチピ。おお、怖い怖い、急に。
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
はあはあはあ、向かい合っていた。怪しいですね。向かい合うってことは。
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
砕けているって。うわ、気持ち悪い。なんか見えそうだね、この中。なんか。
That must be the murder weapon. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation. A fur trader's cabin. A fur trader's cabin. A deer hunt. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
ふう、コンチペです。はいはい。
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
私もこれを始めたもの
This
の
candlestick
眠てえ
is
な結
valuable.
構。
It is interesting that it was not
これ
also
も
stolen.
4の1ともさっき目打ってるしね、いつ寝てもいいように。
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
あれ、これ
The
夏目おったっ
criminals
け
did not thoroughly ransack the
Blanca.
house. They only took a little
これ
silverware.
のちょうど真ん中ぐらいというか、いい塩梅のところで、フィニ入れませんかね。
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This
Sailed.
rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
はい。
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
あいつ猟犬なんや。ホームズのとこにおるワンちゃんは。
Antique hunting weapons. The hunting
あ、そ
scene.
や。とりあえずこれで一回やってみて、あといいですね。見つけたよ、なんか。切断された指。
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
はあ。なんか、あれか。今のやつか。特には何もなしね。
This door leads to the upstairs
2階
bedrooms.
にはなんかありそうやけどな、でも。
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon Ségur. French wine. Grand Cru.
French wine, Grand Cool.
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible
なんやろ、こ
beeswing.
のワイングラスの3つ違いがあ
It
る
is
ね。
rather strange that only one of these glasses
Oh.
has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
なんなんでしょう。あれ、外で晴れますよ。怖いな、なんか音楽。はいはいはいはい。あれ、急に音切れた。怖い。ワンちゃん行く？ワンちゃん行っとこうか。僕はエアコンのことを静かでしたし、自分いなかった。鬼は素敵。そうまちょっとなんか一回から消えてまうねんな、これ。どうしたんやろ。こうか。すごい、一回もミスらずに。もう次。あれなんか、2個ずつなってんな、あれが。コメントが。またちょっとバグってんのかな。それとも2個送ってんの、この白玉と SN がたまたま。ちゃうやんな、多分。 こういうことね。強盗にすぐ手付けしランダさんに全て違う。これは罪を着せたっぽいな。これか。まあ非課希望なんやろうけど、まあ一回落ち着こうか。まあまあまあ、ここにはステーキが多いで。
The death was instant.
即死。
I've searched outside for footprints, but
Lord George.
お、また喋れる。
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have...
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much she deserved.
はい。じゃあとりあえずワンちゃんの匂いを。ちなみに誰かこれやったことある方おる？このゲーム。これワンちゃん動かすパティのやつかな。
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
どっから行ったらいいんだっけ。
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe... Search, Toby.
Search, Toby. どうせあの奥さんやからな。これはもう分かっとんね。奥さんかあいつ。これ外っぽいな。おかわりチペハイ。はい。このゲームやったことないです。やったことないんかい。ほな出てこないよ。急に挙手して出てきたと思ったらやってないんかい。やったことある方はどなたですかね。ちなみにやすすはやってないねんな。とりあえずやったことある方おるんかな。お、井戸。
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
あ、これはこれでってことか。一旦置いといて次行かなあかんねや。
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall.
確か
I
に
wonder
なん
why
で
they
だよ
chose such a winding route.
ここや
This hook might be useful. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest. There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
「今日の世界不思議発見 GOT 特集」マジでサイズか
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
はあそういうことね
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
いいですねすごいな不思議発見って今そんな感じだよ
Brave Toby. The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The Brave.
俺なんかあったっけもう他に見てですね見ようかな12時まで行くぜ12時超えてキリいいとこまで
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed. We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very
すごい
thankful
な
to
ど
you,
っち
Mr.
も
Prince.
どっちもポーカーフェ
Your
イスやな
ladyship.
見つかったってことに対
Please
して
leave my Mary
ってことは怪しくないのかこれはすごいかな演技やったら抜いてまたこれちょっと分析しながらなナマスティーンこんちぴにーんすもうただもう眠ってるけどなもうすぐ寝るお眠です私は戻るべきまだ早いか
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place. or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
敵しゃべや。
Holmes, don't look at me
敵
like
しゃべ
that.
必要あるかい。
I don't know what to think.
敵しゃべでもないね別に。
Oh,
勝
what
手
a
に
hor-
訳してるけど。
Please leave my...
Holmes, don't look at me like...
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British...
たもどうかじゃあれに。米花街。なんもなかったわけにいいのかな。すんまへん。なんかもうちょっとやるつもりだけど。すごい電話が出てきたな。ホームズしてるな。いけるのかなこれ。あ、いけるいける。
Let us see how the rope was cut.
エイミーにはやっちゃうじゃトワの眠りちゃうね。
The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
一時的なやつや。
Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope.
切断面な。
The fibers from this cut appear to be different. The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
あとナイフのみ。
If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
それはどうかかってくんねやろな。フィンチ家は回った感じですか。フィンチ家は、終わった終わった。一日で。またちょっとゆっくり、あれしなあかんな。編集みたいな。編集ちょっとわかりやすいように。なんか、そんなにやることはなかったらいいかな。
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British
こ
Empire.
こで一回やめまして、ただな、次ででも明日の、でも明後日あれか、朝やか。ちょっと待って今のところはでも25オフっぽいな。まあ、フィンチキも終わって、なんかブロックされてってなんか誰か教えてくれたけど、多分でもそれ解除できたはずやねんな。多分。じゃあ OK。ちょっとわかんねえけど。まあ、てな感じで、すまへん、ちょっとすぐだったけど、一旦ここで止めて、また、見れるようになってた。朝ですか。また次でクリアしたいけどな。謎のブロックされておりました。朝やんな。なんか言ってたのに。7号出てたかな。すいません、ちょっと、私は、明日、ものすごい早起きなんで、明日えげつなく早いんで、8時に起きなきゃいけないね。もう、あと7時間しか寝れないんでね。7時間以上あるけど、7時間半ぐらいしか寝れないんで、これは有意識事態です。 親父。普通とか言うな。そんな吐き捨てるように、普通って。早起きよ。私にとっちゃ、芸人じゃないですけど、YouTuber にとって8時はね、もう早朝も早朝。前日です。YouTuber にとっての8時は前日ですんでね。そう。早朝、ほら。はい。ガバ取って寝てる。ほんまや、ガバどっかあったはずやな。確かに。5時起き。5時ですか？ 5 時とかもう昨日ちゃいます？早すぎて。5時って昨日のことよ、もう。すごいですね。はい。おやちふなさい。ほならば、おサンクス。